What's up, guys? This is Cory.
This is Allen.
And welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today is Saturday. Welcome to this week's episode of I Saw It on Netflix. Today's movie was requested by Allen, and that is Chawz. So, tell me, Allen, what was Chawz about?
Chawz is a South Korean film that follows a police officer who has been assigned to a small village, and once he gets there, a wild boar goes on a rampage, pretty much. It's kind of a South Korean version of Jaws, but instead of a giant shark, you have a giant wild boar.
Or even Lake Placid would be another good example. So pretty much it's just kind of a natural monster movie, kind of like Jaws and Lake Placid were, and it's set in South Korea.
Mm-hmm. In a mountain village.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I've got to say that this was actually a pretty good movie. It's kind of a dark comedy. It's, you know, there's several comedic moments as well as some grisly, kind of gruesome moments as well.
Yes.
There are obviously death scenes because it's a pig on the loose killing people.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's pretty good, surprisingly. So let's get a little bit more into like the details of the technical stuff. What'd you think of the acting, Allen?
The acting was alright. They're South Korean actors. The culture difference is slight. May not get the direct comedy on some. But I thought it went pretty well. I enjoyed the movie for the most part. How about you? What did you think?
Yeah, you know, I was generally pleased with the acting. I felt that a lot of the actors did a good job with their characters. No one was really out of place or gave a awful performance or anything. It was just, you know, it was pretty good for what it's worth. The special effects in this film, I thought, were the shining moment for this entire movie. The pig itself was completely CGI, but it wasn't bad CGI. It actually looked really good.
Yes, that is on the second board, the actual monster of this flick. Mm-hmm. The one you see first off is the sow, or the female, and you barely see her. It kind of goes to the old school monster flick where you either see like flashes of the monster, you never see it fully, and you're like, early on you think, oh, this is just going to be a horribly CGI nightmare, and then when you actually see the wild boar, you can tell he's CGI, but he looks well enough to go into the world they've created. Mm-hmm. So early on it's a little fuzzy, but then it really picks up later.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, like I said, it's for a lower budget horror movie, for a foreign horror movie, pretty much just for any horror movie, the CGI is actually really well done, and I applaud the special effects team that worked on it, because, you know, they truly did a great job with it. What do you think of the writing?
The writing,
and that goes with dialogue and the plot.
It was all writing. I thought it was all right for a horror film. Most of them, they're kind of just silly plots. Oh, guy goes to the woods and gets mauled or some crap like that.
Paper thin, predictable.
Yes, paper thin. This one, it actually explains why he's in this mountain village, the main character. He's put there by accident. Mm-hmm. He's a police officer in Seoul. Mm-hmm. And he asked to be transferred to someplace, you never know where, as his main area. And then his second choice was anywhere. Well, they went anywhere. Yeah. And they placed him in this mountain village. He's like, what? No! They get there, and the boar, the pig, has gone wild along with its mate because they've run out of food, pretty much, from overhunting and poaching.
Mm.
So the boars have, so the wild pigs have resorted to eating burials, corpses, for food. So they developed a taste for human flesh, blood, all that.
Yeah.
It goes from there. For the film, I thought it did pretty well. The dialogue at times can get a little odd with cultural differences. At one point, the Master Hunter, who had some awkward moments, he just wasn't sure what exactly he was doing. He doesn't have dialogue. His body language and whatnot just seemed a little odd. And at one point, he talks to his dog, and his dog talks back, and it makes no sense, and it never happens again.
Yeah, that really was a, what the heck did I just see type of moment that was completely out of place, unexplained. It was just very out of place and unnecessary. But, I mean, overall, I thought that the writing was pretty decent for a horror movie.
Yes.
The comedy was a little off-putting for me, just because I was expecting a horror thriller, not a comedy with it. So, it was just kind of odd to me. But, I mean, I enjoyed it for the most part.
Yeah, some, I guess, not quite slapstick, but slapstick-esque comedy. At the beginning, all these police officers fall down a hill, and it's kind of funny. And then they fall down the hill again, and it's not as funny, but that's beside the point. Yeah, the comedy, hit or miss.
So, Alan, what would you give this movie out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give this movie a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it enough. It's a good horror film, and it has a little comedy with it, and overall it's an interesting experience, and I can see why they kind of went with a Chawz-esque feel to it. It's not like, oh my god, they're ripping off of another good horror film.
Yeah, it's not a rip-off at all. It's its own film.
Yeah,
it's completely original.
It's original, but you can kind of see similarities. But it doesn't hurt from the film. I thought it was pretty fun. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. How about you, Corey?
I'm going to give this film a 6.6 out of 10. I did enjoy my time. I thought it was a good film. It's just, I felt that the comedy was a little off-putting at times. It just wasn't what I was expecting. But overall, I really did like this film. So, yeah, 6.6. So, tell me guys, have you seen Chawz? If you have, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think of the special effects on the pig? What was your favorite moment in the film? If you haven't seen it, do you want to see it? Comment below and let us know.
If you are interested in seeing it, it is on Netflix right now.
Yep. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe.
Don't forget to check out our other videos.
I'm Corey.
I'm Alan.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you later.